So now the FBI has delivered its notes on Hillary Clinton's interview with the House Oversight Committee. Those documents went to the committee, we should say. The documents heavily marked up because some of that information is considered so classified that the committee chair is not even cleared to see it. In fact, lawmakers have to read the material in a secure facility on Capitol Hill. Nonetheless, the Clinton team says they believe the files should be released to the public. Well, Newt Gingrich told Greta he doesn't buy that, and here's why.
But I think if Mrs. Clinton really wants them released, I just would challenge her to send a letter to the director of the FBI and say, you have my authority, my permission to go ahead and release them, and watch how fast she starts to backpedal.
All right, so you think this is phony?
Their position is totally phony.
Alan Colmes, host of the Alan Colmes radio show, Fox News contributor Brad Blakeman, former Deputy Assistant to President George W. Bush. And gentlemen, good day to you.
Hi. Morning.
Chaffetz runs the committee. Here's what he said in part on his letter. As the chairman of the chief investigative body in the House, it is significant that I can't even read these documents in their entirety. This shows how dangerous it was to have this intelligence highly classified to this day on the former secretary's unsecured personal server while it was vulnerable. Brad, this is important stuff here.
It is, and it shows a contempt of Congress by the FBI and the Justice Department. The most important job Congress has is their constitutional responsibility for oversight. And if they can't do their job, then it's up to them to call upon the FBI director and the Attorney General before Congress and explain why they can't do their job of congressional oversight and investigate this matter to its ultimate conclusion. One thing is for sure. You have to presume that all the information that was classified on an unclassified server of Hillary Clinton is in the hands of the bad guys. So maybe Chaffetz has a better option of going to the Russians or the Chinese to get this material than the FBI or the Justice Department.
How about that idea, Alan?
Well, maybe they can talk to Donald Trump to talk to his friend Putin about what he can do to get that information released.
Boom,
Look,
zing.
This is purely a political play. Hillary Clinton has, the 9 committees have investigated her. The FBI, by the way, in a cover letter to the Oversight Committee said, just to remind you, number one, don't leak any of this. They don't trust them. Number two, nothing in her emails that were forwarded or sent in the headers or footers indicated anything that was classified. And they also reminded Congress that there is no precedence to convict or to recommend an indictment in a case like this. This is purely a political play.
Just going back to the Gingrich comment there with Greta there. Her team says make it public. It's
Fine.
too darn sensitive to go public.
What's it? We don't know what's sensitive.
Everything's blacked out.
What's blacked out is not her emails.
You have to trust the FBI that it was blacked out based on the transcript.
Well, the FBI, again, reiterated no crime was committed. There was no classified information markings that she would have seen on headers or footers.
Yes, there was.
This was what was in the cover letter. This is what the FBI, if you read the cover letter that the FBI sent to the Oversight Committee, that's exactly what it says.
Brad?
No, it does not.
It does.
Look, the FBI director said Hillary Clinton lied. She lied several times before Congress, and she lied particularly about having classified material on her server. She didn't have one, she had many. And the fact that this is so highly classified, compartmentalized, top secret, shows how sensitive the information was that she kept on a personal server.
Now,
you have to presume that everybody's got this.
Yeah, the Boston Globe now was also dovetailing off of this on the Clinton Foundation. Here's the headline, op-ed, Clinton Foundation should stop accepting funds. Part of what they say is the following: if the Clinton Foundation continues to cash checks from foreign governments and other individuals seeking to ingratiate themselves with a President Hillary Clinton, it would be unacceptable. You have to draw a line in the sand now on this, Alan.
That's a separate issue from her emails and the FBI. The FBI.
I get it, but we want to get to both. Continue.
Fine. If there's any evidence there's a quid pro quo, that's a different story. There's been no evidence of that. The Clinton Foundation does good works around the world. Nobody's talking about that, and there's no evidence of any quid pro quo.
That's not an issue.
Show
here,
the
though.
evidence.
And
show the evidence.
Nobody has disputed the good work
show the
that's
evidence
been done
that there was
in
pay
Africa
for
and other
play.
places.
There's no evidence of that.
Brad,
Look,
here's the question. When does the Clinton Foundation, Bill or Hillary or both, say, we will stop now, given this election campaign?
Stop
They
what?
won't. They won't. They're going to hedge their bets, and they're going to try and stay in business as long as they can. Look, they promised. Hillary Clinton made an affirmative promise to the White House that there would be no interaction between her as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation. We know, Alan, that is patently false. That high-level officials of the State Department, including the Chief of Staff, took time off from her job to go to New York to get her marching orders from the Clinton Foundation. This stinks. And people have gone to the electric chair on circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is good evidence. There's enough to believe that many crimes were committed.
One month. That promise was made in January 2009. Alan, last word. Go.
Cheryl Mills, about whom you just spoke, on her own time volunteered. She was not doing it as part of the State Department job, and that's already been litigated. So, I mean, you want to relitigate all these issues about Hillary Clinton, and I mean, this is just a desperate attempt when there's a Republican head of the ticket in an imploding campaign. That's what this is all about.
We will see how desperate it becomes then. Alan, Brad, thank you both for your time today.
Thanks.
Appreciate
it,
man. 20 past. Mark.